gangster Chez hat. Disclaimer for those of you who are new, I'm not at all gangster. I was brought up in Surrey and now I live in South London. Yeah, I'm a bit of a square and I'm quite a saxophone geek. But I'm wearing my gangster hat to try and make this video a little bit less dull. So that's a really good introduction. You're going to be so keen to watch this video now. Right, it's on dexterity. So a lot of people have asked me, how do you get your fingers quicker? So they're struggling to move around. And this is actually something that I really had to work on because I've got massive man hands. Look how big my hands, I mean, they're particularly big because I'm putting them towards the camera. But if you compare them to the size of the saxophone, I do have man hands. Like, they're bigger than my dad's. I don't know what happened. They would have been great if I turned out to be a really good pianist, whereas I'm quite an average pianist. Saxophone is kind of my thing, and I'm not very nimble. So I really did have to work on dexterity. And one of the exercises I did a lot of, and in fact I still do a lot of, is chromatics. So if you haven't already watched my video on accidentals and what they're all about, I recommend you do. There should be an eye popping up just about now that's going to link you to that if you want to check it out. We're going to need all of them in this video. So we're going to use, technically you call them sharps on the way up and flats on the way down. So we're going to go up the whole scale. So we're going to go from D to D sharp, which means adding your little finger on. From E to F sharp, middle finger. From G to G sharp, little finger on. Hopefully you can see that. From A to A sharp, or maybe this. In fact, you can't use that for chromatic. So yeah, two keys and your side key here. And then from B to C sharp, which is no fingers, and then you're back to your D again, across the break. Now on the way down, we're going to call those flats. So this is the technical way that you talk about chromatics. So you go sharps up, flats down. So we start on D, and then we have D flat, which is the same fingering as C sharp. Again, check out my video on accidentals if this is going a bit way over the head. C to B flat. So two fingers and the side key. Again, my kind of B flat of choice tends to be this one here, the bis key, where you cover both keys with one finger. That's really difficult to do in a chromatic because you'd have to slide between. So I'm using what's called an alternative fingering, which is this B flat. So it makes the same sound, but different fingerings. Let's move on. A flat, which is the same fingering as G sharp, G flat, which is the same fingering as F sharp. I'm just going to use show you a sneaky other F sharp as well, which is like your F but with this little fork on. Now not all saxophones have that, but hopefully yours does. And that's a nice one for an alternative fingering for F as well. I'll use this middle one for this video, just so we don't add too much new stuff in here in one go. What are we on? E flat, which is the same as your D sharp, and D. Okay, now we're going to take little sections of these and get quicker at them. So ideally, we're going to get that quick eventually. So we're just going to take 5 notes at a time. So I'm going to use my D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp. Now you might want to write those letters out so you can see them in front of you. You're going to go up those notes and back down again. Now I recommend you do each of the sections, let's say 3 times. I seem to like things in 3s. Don't know why. It's just a nice round number. So why don't you do it once slurred, so that's joining them all together one breath, once tongued, and then once without looking at those notes that you've just written down. So D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, and then backwards, F, E, you can call it E flat or D sharp, but technically it's E flat when you're going down, and D. So once slurred, once tongued, and once with your eye shut. Doesn't matter if it's tongued or slurred. If you're a bit more of a pro player and you're finding this really patronising and annoying, why don't you challenge yourself, take your little section of 5 and put a metronome on and see how quick you can get it, and make sure that you are all round across the instrument, because we're then going to work on the next 5 and see that you can do every single section at the same speed. So whatever your fastest speed is, you want your weakest section to be able to go at that speed as well. So our next section will be G, G sharp, A, B flat, B. We do it once slurred and tongued and without looking. And our next section will cross the break. So we're going to carry on going up. So we're on C now. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Okay, what are we on now? Oh, beginners, please don't play it that fast. I'm just whizzing through. F to A. So we go F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Last little bit, and we're going to go right up to the palm key, which you use with your octave key and with your palm, if you haven't already come across that note. So we're going to use the last little section, octave key, B flat, B, C, C sharp, and the palm key D. Great. So now you've worked across the broadest range of the instrument. Again, if you're a bit more advanced and you want to push it, why don't you start right down on your low B flat, right down here. I'm pretty sure I've done a video on low notes and trying to get those out if you struggle with them splitting. I'll put a link in the description box to that video in case you find that interesting, but you can start right down. And you could go right up to the gods as well. Do I mean that? So you could use really the whole range of the instrument and even your altissimos if you wanted to. Where should I go from? Let's go from a G. Whew. And you could do it right up in the gods as well. I hope that didn't really split on the camera. My videographer's like cringing at how squeaky high that was. Like the cat's just run out the room. It's all gone wrong. Maybe we should finish the video there. Hope that was useful for you. Chromatics and an exercise to get your fingers a little bit faster. Use your metronome. Use your repetition 3 times round at least. And I will see you in the next boring installment of tips and techniques. Don't worry, I'll give you some more tunes soon. Love you. Bye.